got rumors out there that say the Brat and Judy, her girlfriend, I heard they legally not married. I don't know. I don't know what that was about. Um, divorced or whatever. Um, and it's a rumor going around the internet. Most people insinuating or assuming that they could get divorced, and as of right now, it is pretty much just how can you say it? Internet rhetoric. All right. Um, and and that's what it is. So the rumor is that her girl or wife, whatever they is how can I say it? Um, cheating on the Brat with a man. Uh, and I'm about to try to see if I can cue up a video real fast. Um, so for the most part, what you got to understand too is that um these relationships don't last. And that's what people don't really understand is these relationships don't last. Two feminine energies, it's just not gonna last. Most of the time, I mean, think about it. Whenever you've seen two women in a relationship for 20, 30 years, you know what I'm saying? And if they are in a relationship for 20, 30 years, you know, I guess I couldn't cue a video up. Don't worry about it. But if they are in a relationship for 20, 30 years, it was pretty much on the low key tip. Like it really wasn't like official or known or something like that. And they basically saying that for the most part that, Judy was cheating with a dude. And I tell people, even the masculine or the quote unquote masculine woman in the relationship, um, they still be getting with dudes, man. And a lot of dudes that really are, have some successful women, they know that. They know it. They know it. The dudes who got successful women know it, man. They know the dudes who got riz with women. We know it, bro. Like we already know how to like really, kind of joke around with them and all that type of stuff. Uh, and really, talk to them, and they really ain't all the way gone. And from time to time, they sneak off and they have sneaky links that's men too. And what's so funny is, is it cheating if a woman in a relationship go get with a dude? Because a lot of women say that like women that dudes that cuff women that's bisexual, which in my opinion is, you don't cuff them, but it is what it is. you know, they don't consider it cheating if they go run off with another girl and cheat and then come back. But then they tell you if you want to do something with that, if some they tell some dudes if you want to do something with me with a girl and me, no, I'm not doing that. But I could go run off and do what I want to do. Absolutely not. But it's just a story I found. He said the news of the Brat and Judy divorce has left fans and followers. It's alleged. Couple shocked and heartbroken. The duo, who seem inseparable and deeply in love, have decided to part ways, allegedly, bringing an end to a relationship that was celebrated for authenticity and boldness. In the blogs, we'll take a closer look at the journey factors that have contributed to their split, which means that for the both, the Brat and Judy moving forward, the Brat is a pioneer, right? We already know that. So we know the Brat background, right? So, allegedly will lead to the divorce. While the couple has not publicly disclosed a specific reason for their divorce, there are several factors that could have contributed to the decision: the demands of their respective careers, the pressures of being public figures, the complexities of navigating the relationships in the spotlight that may have created strains and it became too difficult to manage. Additionally, a personal growth and evolving nature of relationships that can sometimes lead to partners growing apart. Um, the Brat and Judy decision to part ways marks the end of a significant chapter in their lives, but it also opens the doors up for a new beginning as they move forward separately. Their fans and supporters will undoubtedly continue to cheer them on in the future endeavors. In the world of relationships and are often idolized and important to remember that even the strongest bond can face challenges. The Brat and Judy story is a reminder of that love, while powerful, sometimes require a difficult decision to pursue of happiness and fulfillment. And that's the part when you become joint, especially marriage or you in a long-term relationship. When you become one, it's no more about your personal pursuit of happiness or fulfillment. You are a team, you are one. It is about the personal, it is about the happiness and the fulfillment of the family, the kid. Now you got to remember that the Brat had a kid. They picked the Brat to get pregnant by, and a lot of brothers on the internet tell you that um a lot of black women, they prefer Brad. Now some people, DM me, and a lot of guys that DM me and say they disagree with that. You know what I'm saying? But we see, and I don't know, the internet ain't always real, but but uh but uh but on a serious tip, you got to look at it, and you look at it like, well, a lot of them, get with Brad, and they'll be bottom of the basement Brad. He ain't 6'5" and 230 pounds and got six figures. A lot of times these women are, paying Brad's way. So they pick to have they pick for, their donor, what I'm saying, to be white. So I mean, hey, and you heard what old girl said, what's her name? Ebony K. Williams said that there ain't a lot of she said it's not a lot of black sperm out there for sperm donor. But one thing you got to understand, women are selfish. I mean, I think, a lot of y'all who got teenage daughters, you will find, if you don't have a teenage daughter or you got a daughter that's about to become a teenager or whatever, you going to find out how, that's when you see how selfish women really are. That's when you start to really figure out, like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Women are super duper they are super duper selfish, and that doesn't change as they get older. And they done brought a kid into this world, and all of a sudden y'all gonna go y'all separate ways after y'all brought a kid into this world. Like I said before, and I said time and time again, they don't care about their kids. Most women don't. And if you sit them down and you talk about them, being the parents and caring about their kids, most women don't care about their kids. I know it's hard for y'all to believe it. I didn't talk to women, what I'm saying? They didn't told me the facts that they don't care about their kids. And it's unfortunate. Oh, I don't want to be a mother. Really, real talk. I'd rather not be a mother. And you like, well, damn, you know, don't judge me. And I don't judge nobody. But going back to how they were just talking about love, love is just coming off as an emotion. Love is coming off as an emotion, in my opinion. In my opinion, it's an emotion. It's an emotion that comes and goes. Love ain't right now in this generation. Love ain't something that's bonded. Love ain't something that's gonna hold you down like steel. It's just something that comes and goes. You know what I'm saying? It's literally something that comes and goes. So, of course, this relationship wasn't gonna work out. These type of relationship, female and females, you got to understand, they put a lot of things out there and perpetuate a lot of things um, about men. Oh, we cheat the most, and we this that. They cheat the most. We know women cheat the most. This is a fact. So guess what? You put two women together. What are you gonna end up with? What are you gonna end up with? You're going to end up with two women. Um, you're gonna end up with two women. Is that old girl? She look kind of old there. Maybe they ain't old girl. I don't know. But you're gonna end up with two women with a lot of feminine energy, no matter who trying to be the man or who not trying to be the man. You know, they both gonna cheat. They both gonna be over emotional. You know, and obviously they want that physical protection too. That's another thing that's not really mentioned, is that do they really feel protected from another, feel the protection from another woman? Financial protection, physical protection, spiritual protection, emotional protection. Do they really feel that protection? That's one thing that you got to ask yourself, and a lot of women don't feel that way. They feel like, and what you got to understand, a lot of women just like to go through phases. And when I mean like they like to go through phases, 1 minute they want to be a hoe, they get tired of being a hoe. Next minute, you know what I'm saying, they want to be cuffed. They get tired of relationship. A relationship is a lot of work, it's boring, and most women don't want to do the work in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? And then when they get tired of relationship, they might be wanting to go back to being a hoe. Real talk. So they go through these phases and they get bored. They get real bored. That's where they just go through phases. And this is why they sit there and they find a nice male provider for them. And they say, well, I want to open up the relationship. They don't want to lose the benefits. They don't want to lose the benefits. And you're like, well, what's the benefits? The financial protection he providing. You know, they want that financial protection. You know, they want that financial protection. And they still want their cake and eat it too. Women are very selfish. A lot of men tend to sacrifice more than women. Real talk. You have women that may not be, people don't talk about this. You may have women out here that may not meet your sexual satisfaction, believe it or not. Believe it or not. You have women that that don't really satisfy dudes. But dudes stay with them because, they like them. They love them. She's solid. She good. You know, but dudes do stick around and stay, but women don't feel that entitlement. That's one thing you get from a man. You get more natural loyalty from a dude. And women be like, well, men be cheating and all that type of stuff. And, not every dude cheat. I had the conversation with a young lady the other night, like, her thing was, as long as, I don't catch you. And I feel that on that, but every dude don't cheat. And every woman don't cheat. And that's a real spill. you know. But this is never probably gonna work long term. These type of relationships rarely work, and you'll have exceptions to the rules. Yeah, you'll have exceptions to the rules, but if they truly are splitting ways, nobody is going to be shocked. Trust and believe me, nobody's going to be shocked. Nobody's going to be shocked. Real spill. Nobody's going to be shocked. Nobody. But it's just too much natural feminine energy here. Somebody got to be willing to sacrifice, and women are so selfish. Neither one of them are willing to sacrifice. Neither one. That's one thing men do. Men sacrifice their happiness for their family. That's it. And if women make a sacrifice, they used to sacrifice their how can I say it? Their they dreams and their careers to raise a family, but they benefit off the man's success. You know, they benefit off the man's success. But unfortunately, a lot of women now, they want that career, and that's kind of really really they going with it at, but them energies, it don't last. I had I think I told this story the other day, maybe on the Patreon. I know my mom had a friend or whatever, and her daughter lived in Charlotte, and she had, she lived that lifestyle or whatever, and 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 she lived that lifestyle, and she was with a young woman or whatever, and the young woman ended up going back to her husband. And Charlotte is one of them cities, like a lot of other cities, that rent jumped up, and she couldn't pay the bills on her own no more without that other income, and she left. So most women, they get with dudes for resources. And a lot of these masculine women, they don't really have money like that. One thing about men, they sacrifice a lot of times what they really really want. They sacrifice what they really really want. It's true. They sacrifice what they really really want. You know, for the betterment of their family, or just to live below their means. And a lot of these women out here, they not living beneath their means. A lot of these women are not living beneath their means. Believe it or not, a lot of these women are way balling above their means. They're balling above their by far. That's one thing about women. They travel. They have no consequences or repercussions of what's going on, because it's always a bailout. Men are planners. Men, tend to spend less money and live below their means. And women's job is to, oh, we need to get this, we need to do this, we need to spend this. So you got two women that's spending recklessly. How they gonna get ahead and plan for a future to retire? Ain't no way. You got two beings that love to spend money on things that y'all might not necessarily need. You got to have somebody there that's that if you're dealing with machines in the plant, lock out, tag out. Somebody that's gonna lock out and tag out that part of you, like, no, we don't need that right now. We got to put this up for a rainy day. No, we living above our means. We need to be here. I know you want to stay here and do this. You know what I'm saying? That's why you see the woman always trying to get them. And you watch them old TV shows in the 90s, 80s, early 2000s. You got the woman always trying to get the guy to spend the money. But he's that lockout tag out. They got to tell her, like, nah, we can't be spending that recklessly. We can't be spending that recklessly. We can't, you know. And when you got those energies that love to spend, that's both emotional. They are very violent. A lot of people don't know that. Everybody just physically, and everybody just look at violent as physical, but it could be emotional. It's just not gonna work. It's just for a good time, not a long time. You know, especially when you put the spotlight on your on your life with a reality show, and then allegedly she was with a dude. They all need it. You hear women that say, I think Lisa Ray was saying that, or Vivica, one of them was saying that they just like a guy to be on top of them. I was out with somebody the other night, and she was telling me that the intimacy for her has become better than the sex. Like, it's really about the intimacy at this point. And as you get older and as you evolve, you kind of understand. I really understood that comment. When you're younger, it's just about drilling and getting the. But as you get older, it's really about the femininity that a woman brings to the table, the touch, the softness, the niceness, and it's a good mix. That's the great thing about women: how soft, how feminine they touch, how meticulous they can be. Oh, you got a pimple on your face, or you know what I'm saying. That's what you miss when you got two of those energies together. Somebody got to be the masculine, the rugged guy, or you know what I'm saying, and it's just not meant to mix. And women just are so curious, or in this situation, bi curious, that they just gotta know. It's just like, I gotta know if he's cheating, or I gotta get to the bottom of this, or I gotta get to that. So they kind of naturally know that, they just gotta know what it's like to be with another woman, or what it's like to, do this, and they are curious. They just gotta get to the bottom of a lot of stuff. And you'd be surprised how many women add sexual encounters with other women. It is high. And unfortunately enough, I had a coworker that told me that many years ago. When she spoke, I honestly listened to her. You know, So you kind of like, damn, you know what I'm saying? It be like that. But looking at this situation with them, we kind of pretty much knew it really wasn't going to work out. These things rarely work out. These relationships are violent, you know, you know, and it's just a lot of emotional roller coaster. And this is what you got a lot of young men that's growing up under women's wing, and they are emotional. So then, kind of when you put two emotional beings together, it ain't gonna be nothing but drama and physical altercations. So that's why it's important for dudes. One of the things about self improvement for men, you know what I'm saying? Because women can't really help it. They are who they are. They do tend to mellow out. Real talk, they do tend to mellow out after they get older. But for the most part, while they in their primes or a little bit after their primes and stuff of that nature, they can't do this. But as a man, this is why, part of the self improvement journey that a lot of guys don't really harp on enough. The part of that journey that you need to master is controlling your emotions, being stoic. You know what I'm saying? Being stoic. Because you can't fight her with masculine energy. And I had to learn that. You can't fight her with masculine energy. The number one thing the number one power you have, and I've done this video on the Patreon, I believe. Check out the Patreon free AM89 side of things. The thing about it, I found out about this type of stuff, man, is that the best thing you can do is not allow a woman to enjoy your presence. Your presence and your power of silence is where your power lies in. Once you don't have, if your car don't have gas, it can't go, right? So once you don't give this fire any gas, once you don't give this fire any fuel, they see nothing you really can do. Just remove your presence. I'm not arguing about it. I'm not talking about it. I'm out. And you'll see how quickly they calm down and how quickly they act right. Real talk. You'll see how quickly they start to act right. Or they say, "Oh, you're nonchalant and this, that, and the third." I ain't nonchalant. Just don't play the bullshit. You know. But hey, let me know what you girls and guys think. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance, get notifications. We go live or drop video. Financially, you want to support the channel, Cash App, $ CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link in the description. Hit the link tree, find me on X, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. Check out the Patreon, links in the link tree. Won't be upset, but I appreciate the love and support. Check out want to donate, roll in the bottom of the screen, Cash App, $ CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link in the description. Peace.